welcome to Misunderstood, the show for the politically and culturally misunderstood lady or gent. We're your hosts.
I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat. And today we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff, including the trans issue, dating, body image, and we always like to start with our patented culture shock moment. Take it away, Nat.
Yes, so as many of you know, Russia is invading Ukraine, but we are not going to be talking about the nitty-gritty details. In fact, we're going to be kind of switching gears and talking about some of the reactions we've seen and whether or not they are justified. Of course, we believe everyone's entitled to their opinion, but we kind of like to go with, you know, if you don't know enough about a topic, it's probably for the best not to speak about it.
You zip it.
Yeah, so for example, you know, we've seen the truckers convoy, the Freedom Convoy has been passing through Canada, and we saw that resulted in the Emergencies Act being invoked by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. So interesting to see a lot of the same people posting in support of Ukraine now said nothing during the truckers convoy.
Yes.
So maybe we should talk about how that's insane.
Well, the fact that Chrystia Freeland and Mayor of Toronto John Tory were out marching in the streets in solidarity with the Ukrainian people, you know, cool.
Yeah, sure.
March for something that you believe in. That's cool. It's just like, remind me, how many weeks ago was it that Chrystia Freeland was on the TV talking about how she was going to freeze the bank accounts of anyone who was at the Freedom Convoy or who donated to it? Seems a little hypocritical.
Yeah, and it's also interesting that Justin Trudeau has been tweeting about democracy and freedom, yet I guess he doesn't own a mirror or something, because like we mentioned, he invoked the Emergencies Act, which basically gave the police like dictatorship ownership over the truckers convoy.
Yes, so it seems like he's super pro-protest, pro-freedom, pro-democracy, but only for people who living in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, and why do you think so many people in Canada who were silent in the wake of the convoy are now speaking out about Ukraine?
You literally just said this before we started. Sean Penn told them to.
Sean Penn.
Any actor.
I do whatever he tells me.
It's probably Sean Penn. I don't know for a fact, but it's like any actor who is still in the A-list world is going to be talking about Ukraine and is going to be like, yeah, it's cool to be pro-Ukraine, anti-Russia. Again, am I a war expert?
No,
I am absolutely
I'm
not. I don't know a lot of the history from between Russia and the Ukrainian border.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pretend to. Crimea, what's that? I don't know.
know.
But it's just interesting that what I do know is about the fight for freedom that we're living through in Canada right now.
Yeah, and it's just so important to care about your own freedom and your own democracy too. Like, of course, we should care about Ukraine. We should pray for Ukraine. We should pray for Russia too.
We should learn about it.
Yeah, we should learn about it.
But
for
sure.
Our freedoms have been slipping away very, I'd argue even quickly over the last 2 years, and it's just time for Canadians to wake the heck up. I mean, we have a pastor in Alberta who's rotting in prison right now. He's an innocent man, and I haven't heard any churches really, say anything in his defense, but, pray for Ukraine.
Well, that leads us to the next little article that we have here, which is, or it's not an article, it's just like tweets. But see, these are some of the worst celebrity, or is it an article?
Yeah, I think there's an article.
It's an article.
Yeah.
It's the worst celebrity tweets, the cringiest responses from celebrities on the Ukrainian crisis. So let's take a peek-see at those.
I'm sure some of you have saw that viral tweet from that actress from 90210.
Yeah, I don't know who this lady is, but she's writing a poem.
Yeah, she wrote a poem, and it was just so cringe.
Putin, if I was your mother, I would have loved you so much, and this whole crisis in Ukraine would never have happened.
It's I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm sure her heart's in the right place, but it's like,
she gonna go back in time and write that poem for Genghis Khan? Hello.
Anyway, moral of the story is don't listen to celebrities about anything.
Unless it's us. Because we're celebrities.
You don't need to post about something you don't know anything about, if you don't know about it, just whatever. Just sit back and let the world burn.
Wait till next week and everyone's posting yellow and blue squares on their IGs.
Oh, that's probably gonna happen.
It's okay to not do it if you don't know enough about the topic.
At least, though, the war has ended COVID.
Yay!
So great.
COVID's over, you guys.
But our next topic is a little bit unpleasant as well. So there's a war happening in Ukraine, nice, but also trans athletes, biological males are encroaching on women's sports. We talk about this a lot. We're very passionate about this. Let's talk about our first story.
Because we're TERFs, you know?
We're TERFs.
We're trans, radical, exclusionary feminists, right? Did I get it right?
You know what?
Trans.
Yeah.
I think I got it right.
You got it. And I think J.K. Rowling would be proud.
Yeah, even though none of those words describe me.
No.
But here we go.
Here we go.
So trans swimmer Leah Thomas, formerly 462nd rank as William Thomas. I like how she just took the Leah out of her name, William. Anyways.
That's clever.
Yeah, it is. She takes the gold in Ivy League Women's Championships by a full 7 seconds. So I don't know a lot about swimming, but I know that 7 seconds is a lot. Like in 7 seconds, you can basically get there and back.
Yeah, like think of like basketball when it's down to the wire and then there's 1 second left and then they shoot their shot and then that's the shot that wins them the game. Like time is so like important in sports.
So is muscle mass.
Yeah. Oh, and bone density.
Ooh, and arm reach.
Yeah, and there is a clip of this. I think we should play it because it's just showing her lead on the other women.
There.
It is literally insane. Like there's basically the tweet says something along the lines of like this was a race for second place.
Yeah.
Because the other women had no shot.
Yeah.
But this is fine, guys. We should accept this. We should completely be okay with men just destroying women's careers in sports.
Yeah, it's good. We love it.
We love it.
What I don't love, though, is the next article. Are we going to watch this? Or
Yeah, we should watch it.
Okay, let's watch it.
Yeah.
Let's play a second of it.
So see how you can't even see the other women.
So I see a swimmer in a pool, followed by
a couple other guppies following suit.
Yeah. And who are these people cheering for? Are they cheering for the people in 7th and 8th?
I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Also, this looks like a really short pool, does it not?
Yeah, or that's just a really big, long so. But I don't know.
Well, this individual is a really good swimmer.
Ooh, look at those shoulders. The shoulders of a dainty woman. That's for dang sure.
I hope I can have shoulders like that one day.
I do too. So yeah, this is great. It's a win for women.
Yeah.
It's a win for.
Well, it leads into our next. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, go.
It's a win for women, and it's a women's.
It's a
march.
win for nothing. You're good.
All right. So this article is sad. It's on the same topic, but the headline here is "This will be the end of women's sport." Team USA Masters track star warns it's pointless for her athlete daughter to follow in her footsteps because biological males are taking over.
Can we talk about how sad that is?
That is so sad. That's exactly the kind of thing that transphobes have been saying was going to happen.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it won't. No, it won't.
And it's happened.
So this young girl is like, why am I going to follow in my mother's footsteps when all of my accomplishments are just going to get demolished by a wide, broad, big-handed man?
Yeah, so I guess this daughter is on the track team. Mm-hmm. And she was going to her first meet, and she ended up competing against a biological male who has not worked as hard as her physically, emotionally, or mentally to prepare for this race.
He's new to the sport.
He's new to the sport, yeah. And he just got to go on in there and beat her because he identifies as a female now. So it's interesting, and I was talking about this before, but you never see women trying to become men and encroach on these spaces. It's always these like men coming in because they know they'll beat us. They know they'll win.
Well, it's possible that there are women who are like trans men who are competing in sports, but they're doing very poorly.
Yeah, exactly.
You just never hear about them.
Yeah, because they suck in comparison to their biological counterparts.
Yeah.
It's just insane that this is actually becoming like so much more common than it should be.
Yeah.
And we should never stop talking about this.
No, and we won't.
Yeah, exactly.
We never will.
Because I would rather be labeled a bigot than to see young women suffer for
Someone's got to say it.
Someone's got to say it.
And it will be us. And this reminds me of, there was another story that I didn't think we put on the list, but it was about women's soccer players and how they're not making as much money as their male counterparts. And the common thing there is like, well, they don't have the viewership.
Yeah.
Like usually this is based on like ad revenue and ticket sales. And like if people aren't watching women play sports, then no one's going to pay them to do it. And it makes me think like, is this just the market, like the free market running its course where it's like, so men are going to become female athletes and then we're just going to be watching, like again, we're not watching male sports. female sports, but we're going to be watching men dressed up as women doing male sports? Like, is that where the market is leading us? Literally, like men in wigs playing basketball.
I don't want to watch that.
Maybe that's what the people want to see.
You know what? I really hope that's not the case.
Welcome to the freak show.
That is not cute. Like, I'm down to watch like all those hot male athletes.
No, but they're going to be
cute.
women. Though.
But I don't want to see them in wigs. Like, that's not cute, LeBron.
Yeah.
But I mean, why do you think this is happening? Like, do you think this is the feminist fault? Do you think this is women's fault? Or do you think this is a result of weak men not standing up for women?
Ooh.
Because I was listening to Allie Beth Stuckey's show Relatable, and she said that if men can't stand up to women, they can't stand up for them. And that kind of notion has sort of come from, because of the feminist movement. Women have become kind of big, like more emboldened and empowered, I guess, in our society. And I guess there's like this kind of trope of like the bully female and stuff like that. Like women are bitches. Men are their whatever, like they submit to the woman now. Like,
but you'd think that it would make us come out on top, and here we are getting slammed in sports. And like we've discussed this in our first episode when Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year, her first year being a woman. Like what? If we were in charge of this whole situation and we were smacking men around, like wouldn't it work in our favor more?
Yeah, no, but I'm wondering if it's the problem is men aren't standing up for us though. And I wonder, do you think it's their job too, or do you think we've just dug ourselves too deep in this hole?
This is a good question.
I don't know the answer.
I think it's men who are masquerading as women, who are pretending to be feminists, and they're like, I am woman, hear me roar. And it's like, but you're a though.
Yeah.
And so they're playing both sides of the aisle there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Because I'm just,
think about.
My like first inkling is to just never trust a man who is wearing a shirt that says feminist on it or has his pronouns in his bio. Because if you need to show me you're a man by listing it in your bio, you probably aren't a man.
Or if you need to show me on a t-shirt that like, hey, I don't hate women. It's like, why do you feel the need to write that on your shirt, son?
Yeah, most men just don't hate women, and they don't have to tell us.
It's like red delicious apples. Like, are you delicious?
No,
you're stinky.
You're rotten. This is great.
Yeah. So this is not a fun one.
No,
at all.
No, it's actually disgusting.
Yeah.
But of course, just speaks to how this whole movement has just gone too far.
Yes.
It's just gone too far.
So this is a convicted, I don't even want to say the words. Okay. Convicted toddler rapist is now a trans rights activist who has spoken at top-ranked universities. So this article is disgusting. That's what I wrote. I said, this is disgusting.
I said, this is too disturbing.
Yes, this is, and hence we are going to talk about it.
Yeah, and I think, like, we want to protect women and we want to keep female spaces female, but like even more than that, I want to protect children.
Yeah.
Like, this, like you should not be allowed out of prison ever. If you've ever touched a child inappropriately.
Yes.
Ever.
So this person was convicted of raping a girl while he was on trial. He was awaiting trial. He started identifying as a woman, and he was talking to, so as soon as he was convicted, he went to prison, in a male prison, and he started saying, I'm a woman, and he wanted to have his gender dysphoria diagnosis certified or whatever, confirmed, and they never did, because the therapist at the prison was like, I don't buy this. So
that's nice.
Yada, yada, yada. Now he's a trans activist speaking at top-ranked universities for some reason, because we know these places are liberal hellholes, and they're welcoming in, like, again, these are not children. It's not like, oh, he's speaking at a school. Like, okay, these are adults, so he's probably not interested in them.
But how can you call yourself an activist? And I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about those who are enabling this behavior. How can you call yourself an activist and care about social justice and then think that this is okay? Like, I don't understand how anyone could find this to be acceptable.
Well,
like, what
this
is wrong?
The whole thing where it's like, okay, I'm such a feminist now that I'm actually anti-woman, anti-child, and if I am faced with that choice, I don't want to be a bigot, so I'm just going to be like, yeah, let's just go with what everyone else is saying. But it's like, have you stopped to think about what you're doing? Because you're now saying that women are not allowed to have spaces just for them, that men with genitalia, male genitalia, should be allowed in those spaces, and B, like, raping a kid is like NBD.
Yeah.
And
No.
you have so much to teach us. Like, what do you have to teach us?
No, and I think the trans lobby is anti-woman.
Yes.
I think 1,000%. I think with sports, Tumblr, like you said, children, like this movement is anti-feminist and anti-woman. It's so progressive, it's regressive. Like
Yeah.
it's so backwards.
Yeah, and I think it's homophobic too. I've said this before, where it's
Yeah.
like, what if your kid is just gay? No,
Right.
they're definitely born in the wrong body and need to be medicated and medically altered in so many different ways. But what if they're just like different? What if they're not even gay? What if they're just like, I was a girl who played sports. I had super short hair, played sports. Like, does that, what, am I a boy?
You don't look like a boy.
No, boy.
You don't act like a boy. But I just think that a lot of this too has become so normalized because we've seen so many. There was that other article that I think, are we going to talk about this, about the woman who detransitioned?
Yes.
Helena. So this is a Substack that you had found, and I read. It's a very long story.
It's so long.
You guys should go read it.
It's really good.
It's very powerful. But the whole time I was reading it, it's basically just a summary of her experience. She found Tumblr, as most young teenagers do. Do not let your kids go on Tumblr.
Before there was TikTok.
There was Tumblr. And she tumbled down the wrong rabbit hole, quite literally. And she was suffering with depression and anxiety.
Normal teenage stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, she was self-harming and stuff, and that was one of the ways she was kind of coping, but she found comfort in this Tumblr community. And then eventually, it was kind of more about like gender ideology and critical race theory before that was really coined as a term and all this stuff. And basically, this group kind of teaches cisgender white women that they are like the oppressor, right? So she started to feel like, oh, well, I guess I don't have enough oppression Olympic brownie points, so I'm going to be trans.
That's what I took away from the article, was less that she was like, oh, I'm a man trapped in a woman's body, and more so like, I love my Tumblr community. She was extremely isolated at school. She was isolated from her family. She said her family didn't cope with like communication and pain well, so that's a problem. And so she found this Tumblr community, and she felt like, oh, I have my people. She said she would Skype with her friends on Tumblr from all over the world, and she had her community. And then she realized like, oh no, I'm the top oppressor in this hierarchy. And so the easiest way to no longer be an oppressor and be not just an ally,
is to
but
mutilate your
victim,
body.
Is to start being trans and to say that you were born in the wrong body. And she said as soon as that happened, she was now praised as a hero and a victim at the same time. And heroism and victimhood are basically the same thing these days. So
it's not good. It's scary. And I think it just speaks to the fact that like parents need to be so much more involved in their kids' lives when it comes to like the things they are exposing themselves to on the internet. What if she had never had the common sense eventually to detransition? What, like, you're mutilating your body forever. And sometimes you go too far, you can't go back. And I just think this is scary. This is scary.
And the fact that she said she was 18 and she went for a single consultation with a doctor and she was prescribed testosterone. And she said immediately upon going on testosterone, her mental health deteriorated like very quickly. That's terrifying.
And what about the ethics of all this? Like, we don't know, there aren't really long-term studies about this, and how is it ethical or justifiable to literally mutilate perfect young bodies? Like, she was healthy, she was young. I know she didn't go as far as other people do, but like, man, these kids are going to look back one day, and if they regret it, who do they blame? The people that were supposed to look out for them, the adults, the doctors, the psychologists, like, it's insane.
Peers even? Like the community, the Tumblr community. But yeah, it's like too many fractured people to blame. Again, I would blame the parents.
Me too.
First and foremost.
I agree.
In the first paragraph, she was like, my parents didn't communicate or deal with pain, and they just kind of pushed it away. So it's like, that's your problem right there.
And parents, look into what your kids are doing on the internet, okay? Because this could be like life ruining. Could be life ruining.
Absolutely.
But definitely read her full story, because it's very powerful, and I think it's surprising just how many people have suffered and dealt with the same things as her, and it resulted in them transitioning and then detransitioning. So
I just want to read this one little quote from this article. She says, "No hardship you could possibly go through could ever be as bad as the prejudice and genocide POC and LGBT people face every day. Every single day." Insert clap emoji. LGBT people.
It's an alphabet. The alphabet.
Blah, blah, blah people and POC can't even walk out of their houses without being murdered by cishet. I don't know what cishet is. Cishet white people just like you. I butchered that.
That's probably us.
You get it. The point is she was like, so I'm basically a murderer as a cis white woman, so I'm going to become trans so that I'm a victim and a hero and I'm beloved by all.
I thought to be classified as a murderer, you had to actually physically murder someone.
No, wrong.
Okay.
You just have to be you.
You just have to be you, girl.
That's what we're teaching kids.
That's great.
Love
well, that's great.
Okay.
Let's move on from
Let's
this.
do an ad break.
Bitcoin 2022 is the largest Bitcoin event in the world that takes place on April 6th to 9th in Miami Beach, Florida. All 4 days will be jam-packed with exclusive content, exciting announcements, and an incredible lineup of Bitcoin speakers, artists, and leaders.
Day 1 is Industry Day for enterprising Bitcoiners who are looking to build a business or career within the ecosystem. Days 2 and 3 are General Conference Days, featuring speakers like El Salvador President Nayib Bukele, who has promised a big surprise, as well as CEOs like Michael Saylor, Elizabeth Stark, Jack Mallers, Adam Back, and hundreds more. The conference caps off on the 4th day with the world's first and largest Bitcoin music festival, Sound Money Fest.
Last year's conference sold out, and this year's is on pace to be 3 times larger, so make sure you grab your tickets before it's too late. Visit b.tc/conference to learn more. Pay in Bitcoin to save and use promo code RebelNews for 10% off. Okay,
that was an ad break.
So maybe we should lighten things up with some dating advice.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun.
This is such a fun article. Oh my God. Okay, please, what were you going to say? Because I want to start talking about it.
No, go for it.
Okay.
Let's do the damn thing.
So this article says, want to impress your Tinder profile? Want to impress your Tinder profile? Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Want to improve your Tinder profile, maybe. Yeah. Daily Mail. Don't use sexy photos. People with saucy images are more likely to be seen as incompetent and unlikable, study reveals. First of all, this is so funny. It says, in the study, the researchers set out to understand whether the photos people include in their dating profiles affect other people's perception of them.
Duh.
Of course they do. They had to have a study.
Also, it's like a visual, medium.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally based. Do you think most people go through and scroll and read any of the crap you write about yourself? No, I just want to see your abs.
Yeah,
like,
I know. It's like study reveals that what people say on podcasts can affect how people perceive those podcasts.
I mean, but to their point, it does kind of make sense. Like, modest is hottest. Like, it's nice to have a little mystery, you know, keep them guessing. Like, you know, wear your collared shirt, you know, leave them wanting some more.
Long sleeves.
But you know, like if all you have is your physical appearance and you put it out there for the whole world to see, like, what else do you have to offer? Like, I want to see a little more personality in your profile, I think.
Yes.
You know?
Also,
oh, this is going to be good.
This is going to be good. So there's a quote from the article. Sexualized photos were classified as ones where people posed in revealing clothing or lingerie.
Oh.
Okay. Made suggestive poses or exposed their breasts.
Oh.
Okay.
That's gross.
Genitals or buttocks.
Sorry, I'm genitals?
Yeah. What are you putting your genitals in your profile picture for?
If you are doing that, like, you suck.
That's unsolicited.
That is not nice. That is harassment.
Keep your junk out of your profile pictures.
You know what? It's a junky app already. We don't need more junk. Like,
they had to have a study. The study revealed that don't put your penis in your profile picture.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of a woman who probably posted sexy photos too much, no, I'm just kidding. I don't actually know about her profile habits, but let's show you a clip of a 30-year-old who is extremely sad that she's single and 30.
Yeah, this made me sad.
It was sad.
I might be, you know.
No, you're fine.
Okay,
you're
I'm
perfect.
16.
This is a sad episode.
This is a bummer of an episode, you guys.
So we'll just play the clip if we could.
Okay, let's play this.
I just had like the craziest, saddest thought.
This is a conversation I would have
I'm
with
in
my
the stage
mother,
of life
but
where I'm
I have
watching
this conversation
all
with my
my
dog
friends
if I
get
weren't
married
married.
and have babies.
this is something we all
and
think.
find love, and I had
She's so
another
pretty. She is
talking
really, her
phase
skin is
yet
incredible.
again fall
Love her
through,
hair.
and my friend was like, you know, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope
That's
I
so
don't,
sad.
because what happens if I
That's so
meet him
sad.
and he wants
Like,
kids and I'm
this-
too old to not be able to give him any?
No.
That's so sad, dude.
So it's easier for
She
me
kind
to
of just
say I
says
don't
the same
want
stuff.
kids.
But
Yeah.
This is really sad.
Yeah, I think I think it's important to note though that like marriage and having kids is not a guarantee in life. Like,
No.
you're not promised that. That's a privilege, not a right. So I don't think it's right all the time to put so much pressure on yourself when it comes to getting married and having kids, because like you just don't know where life's going to take you sometimes. Like like I said, it's a blessing. And of course, marriage comes with its own setbacks, but
And like half of them end up divorced.
yeah, well that's the thing
So
too.
it's like you can be part of those lucky people that get married and then end up an unlucky one divorced. So it's like, is that better? Who knows?
And I think it just speaks to like being intentional in being intentional with your dating habits and your relationships. And I think that's kind of the issue we're seeing with a lot of these women who are single and they're wondering why. You know,
we've said this before and we'll say it again. It's the culture. It speaks to the culture that we live in, where for the last 10 years, people have probably been telling this gorgeous woman, like, oh, don't worry, like, party, sleep with whoever you want, like, you'll have plenty of time. And then once you hit your 30s, people are like, oh, you're not married yet? And it's like, whoa, you guys were telling me to just have fun and play the game and don't worry about it. But now I'm very worried about it. And it's like, yeah, you should have been friggin' worried about it this whole time if you really, really wanted kids.
And women don't, they suffered much worse consequences than men. Men can live their life as Peter Pan forever, just like doing it with whoever, because they don't have a biological clock that women have. And I think it's scary that our society has glorified singleness in a way that has just left people really lonely and I think empty.
Yeah.
Because, no, keep going.
Well, I was going to say, like you said, they glorify singlehood, but then does she seem glorious to you?
No, she seems like miserable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like this is, again, like I said, like this is a conversation I would have had with my mom, not put it on TikTok. But she says at the end of the video, the reason she's posting it is because she wanted to reach out and see if like other women were experiencing the same thing. And then she does do a follow-up and she was like, I did not expect so many responses. And she's like, that made me so happy. And it's like, I'm happy that she feels elate, or like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
a sense of community.
Yeah, like she feels justified in how she's feeling and not alone. However, speaks to the culture we're living in that so many women are like, oh, I'm in my 30s too. And I'm like, I'm kind of in the same position myself and I'm trying not to be terrified. Like,
don't be terrified. You're a good girl.
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. But it's just like, we live in this culture where we're like, do whatever you want, live your life. And then you're like, ooh, you're not married. Ooh, it's like, what am I supposed to feel as a woman?
Yeah, everything has consequences. Every single moment of our lives is a moment of impact. Even if you don't notice that impact right away, like down the line, you're gonna be like, it's gonna hit you in the face and you're gonna be like, damn, like I should have, maybe I should have, not just followed my heart.
Or maybe you should have like taken that nice guy more seriously when you were young and you wanted the bad boy. Like we all know, we've all been in that phase, but I feel like that phase is extended for women and it's like, oh, just date that hot bad boy who has no job. It's like,
maybe not.
But you want babies. Like maybe a more responsible mate is better. And like maybe that's like to what we were talking about before with your profile, like maybe you taking pictures in your bikini, drinking sangria on the beach is like not gonna find you that like honorable man you're looking for. It's gonna find you a bad boy who thinks you're easy.
And like, I think it's a part of it too is like our culture's so obsessed with like temporary satisfaction. We don't want to have hard, meaningful conversations. We just want to have sex right now with everybody because it feels good right now. But most people I know who live out their lives like that, they're not happy.
No.
They are really miserable. They don't know who they are. They keep wondering why they're single. And
I'm like, like this poor woman who's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like she seems like she can put a sentence together.
Yeah, she seems smart.
She has access to the internet.
She knows how to use TikTok and she's 30.
She's living in the first world. She's having a good time and yet she's so sad and she feels lost and like she doesn't know how to live in this world and it's like kind of everyone's fault.
Yeah.
Not ours.
No, we're perfect.
Yeah.
But just interesting that the feminist movement is this is stemmed from the feminist movement as well. So it's just, I'm wondering, maybe feminism was a trap in a way.
We could rename the show Feminism.
And is it good? I don't know.
Probably not. I mean, yeah, like obviously suffragettes.
Yes, for sure. Like, being able to vote's nice.
Yeah, like not being owned by a man.
Yeah, it's not the worst. But
no, that's great. I love all that.
But
we've taken it a bit far, ladies.
It's gone too far.
Yeah.
I said this
remember
before.
That Free the Nip movement?
No,
it failed miserably.
We should never free the nip.
Put those nips back, ladies.
Put them back and date the nerd, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of nerds, just kidding, he's not a nerd, but Channing Tatum Guys, we're going to talk about body image
Let's
a bit
talk about
here.
some body image.
Channing Tatum says achieving his ripped physique for Magic Mike is hard and not natural. You have to starve yourself.
Oh my gosh, he had to eat salad.
I'm sorry that the rich actor had to stop eating chips to earn $1 million to take off his clothes in a movie.
Oh, I'm sorry he had to drink 8 glasses of water and do sit-ups all day while his friends were out drinking and eating nachos. Oh.
You know, it's interesting that these celebrities only ever care about how they feel, but what about the image they project on the rest of us? Like, okay, Channing Tatum, you starved yourself for $1 million. I starve myself, I get nothing, and no one notices. So, like, who the hell are you, dude? Like, I don't feel sorry for you because celebrities are the problem here. They've set these standards. And now we have to try to live up to them. And like I said, I don't get paid to do it. Like, I just have to be hungry.
Yeah. In the article, he was saying how he couldn't imagine staying fit if he had a 9 to 5. He's like, this is my full-time job and I can't even do it. And we're like,
Exactly.
Yep. And yet, we still project those images on everyone.
Yeah.
Like you're doing with the movie. Again, what's wrong with having abs? Like, no, I'm not like, oh, no one should have abs because it produces like a unrealistic body image. That's not what I'm saying. But for him to be like, here's my Magic Mike abs, and he's like, oh, it's too hard. It's like, yeah. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that he's saying it, but it's just like, yeah, welcome to my life, Channing.
Yeah, and I just think like you get paid to starve yourself. You really don't care.
Yeah, just shut up and dance.
Like, but you don't, like, if you really had strong convictions about it, then you wouldn't have done the movie. You wouldn't have done the movie.
Yeah.
And he's doing the Magic Mike 3 also. See you in theaters.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm not going.
No.
Maybe.
I'll look at the screenies.
Maybe we'll go. We won't tell you if
we'll go, but we'll wear sunglasses and fake mustaches
Yeah.
so nobody knows that we're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, cry me a river, Channing.
Yeah. But on other celebrities.
Oh yeah, body image.
Body image, interesting. Emmy Rossum, is that how you say her name?
I think so.
So she's only 10
She'll come out in 10 years and say we're all saying it wrong.
Oh
when
yeah,
she's
like
no
Lindsay
longer relevant.
Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay, just shut up. But Emmy Rossum is only 10 years older than Tom Holland and has been cast to play his mom in a movie. So I guess apparently she's going to be playing the mom in the flashback.
Yeah. So it's a clickbait article.
But it is interesting because like it got me thinking about like men like Leonardo DiCaprio who play these like puffy alcoholic dudes in movies,
But they're
and
still
yet,
dating 20-year-olds.
Exactly, like, but also like Margot Robbie in The Wolf of Wall Street was his wife, and I'm like, you are not on the same playing field.
No, he
like,
should be playing her father.
Yeah, like she's Barbie. So I do think it's kind of interesting to talk about this because like men are allowed to be one thing, but women have to be like way better and way more, you know. And there is a double standard.
Yeah, you basically have to look, and we'll talk about this because we're going to talk about Courtney Cox and a little Botox, but you basically have to be like super hot and look 18 until you're old enough to play a grandma.
Yeah.
Or a mom. It's like, where are those mid-age women allowed to live in Hollywood? They're not.
They live at their plastic surgeon's office.
Yeah.
That's where they are. That's all they do.
That's why their faces are so messed up.
Yeah, they're just in hiding for a few years, and then they're like, "Hello, remember me?"
Not that men are, free from this pressure. Because when I was reading this article earlier, I saw that Bradley Cooper at the SAG Awards, or one of the award shows that happened on the weekend, he showed up with like a super smoothed out puffy face, and it's like, someone maybe had a little work done. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking so good. So they have this.
There's pressure.
There's pressure too. It's a human problem.
I'd argue less pressure.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah. But speaking of someone who doesn't cave to the pressure, size 20 model slams haters who criticize her son's diet and doesn't care if he gets fat. Well, that seems like a good mom. So this model is, what's her name? Tessa
Holiday.
Tess Holiday, yes. So she's like an influencer. She has like 2.4 million followers or something. She's a BOPO, body positivity kind of activist, and she's all about like, speaking out against anorexia and all that, which is good. Those are good things. But it doesn't always have to be one extreme or the other, Tess.
No, Tess. She talks about having a healthy relationship with food. My God, that can't be further from the truth.
I don't think so. And also, like, don't push that on your kid. Like, we're talking about bad parenting. This falls under that. Like, it's your job to help your kid grow up to be a productive and healthy person. They need to have a healthy relationship with food, yes, but also like they shouldn't be allowed to eat whatever the heck they want.
When she says that she wants her kid to have a healthy relationship with food, I think she doesn't understand what that means, because like for me, being healthy does not mean thin. For some people, being thin is unhealthy. It's like they're not getting enough calories, their body type is X and they're trying to be Y. You can't shove yourself into a mold. So maybe Tess is heavier than the average woman.
Sure,
That's
she's
totally
bigger
cool.
boned, let's
For
say.
sure. And
Sure.
she carries her weight differently. That's cool. We need all sorts of types of people. I'm glad that she can be a model or whatever. However, the thing that was super messed up about this is she said she wants her kid to not see certain types of food as good and other types as bad.
No, it's so.
What are
red
you
flag.
talking about? Like,
Red flag.
She's saying like people were mad at her for having a picture or a video of her eating Pop-Tarts with her son. And she's like, I don't want him to think that some foods are good and some are bad. It's like, dude,
Some
Pop-Tarts are
literally
bad.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Not only for your like weight and stuff, but your teeth,
your mental health.
Yeah.
Eating just pure sugar, like
Yeah.
nothing
Like,
in
you're
that
gonna
is
get
good.
cavities.
Like if you want to have some sweets, like there are ways to do that.
Yeah.
But Pop-Tarts? Are we living in 1998? Like,
I
what are you
wish we were
doing?
free back then.
I know.
No, but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's your job to help your kid out, you know, and to teach them these things. And I just
Yeah.
think it's a little sketch. And like I said, like she does good things, but I just think this is wrong.
What if her kid was like, "Hey, Mom, can I have an apple?" Do you think she'd be like, "Are you sure you don't want an apple-flavored Pop-Tart?"
Yeah.
Like that's don't
it's like-
don't eat an apple just because you think you're gonna be skinnier. Like, what if he's like, "No, I just want some fruit."
Yeah.
Like,
Just give your kid some fruit, and we'll stop talking about you, Tess.
yeah.
That's all.
Unless you do something else gray.
Yeah, which is probably gonna
It's
happen.
just it's
But speaking of 500-pound bears,
I was like, how do we? This
I
is such a
know.
beautiful lead up into this.
we just wanted to take a quick break and talk about Hank the Tank. So he's a 500-pound bear that breaks into 28 homes looking for food. He's so cute.
Honestly, like Tessa Holiday, if your kid is as cute as Hank the Tank,
Then just feed him
whatever, do
you
whatever you
want.
want. He's so cute. Why is this overweight bear so charming?
I don't know if Tess lives in LA, but I was thinking if he's looking for food,
You
dude,
know
Hank,
where to go.
Go to Tessa's.
Go to
She's
the
got
holidays.
plenty. Her kid doesn't want
Vacation
it.
at the holidays.
Yeah. Like, look at him.
Look
He's
at
just
him.
so cute.
Oh my God. He's like, knock, knock. I'm coming in.
He's
Get
so
the
great.
Pop-Tarts ready.
The only good thing that's in LA currently.
Pop-Tarts would be a great diet for the overweight bear, not for your child.
Yeah, I think so. Like, just, you know.
He needs
'cause
to survive the winter.
He does.
Well, not in LA.
No.
Oh my gosh. This
He
bear,
needs to survive the blue policies.
the
Anyway.
dollar is about to crash. So.
Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. We did already touch on this briefly, but Courtney Cox candidly admits that her previous cosmetic procedures left her looking really strange, and they did.
They did. I love everything about this article. I love that she admits to the pressure she was feeling. She was
Yeah.
like, I was, known for being young and beautiful and having a certain look. And then as I was, in my 30s, I started noticing my face change. And she said,
And it changed.
Oh, it changed, and it happens. But she made it look hecka weird
Yeah.
with too much Botox, fillers, whatever you want to call it. And she's now like, obviously she still has Botox and fillers. Like,
Oh,
let's
for
not-
sure. But
let's not
she's
pretend.
toned it down.
She's toned it down, and she has a healthier relationship with her own face. And she looks
Injectables, no.
gorgeous. Yeah,
She's
with
a more
her doctor.
balanced approach
Yeah,
to injectables.
yeah.
But it's nice
And
to
she's
see.
talking about it.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say because we talked about this last week as
Yeah.
well. It's just nice to see celebrities come out and say, hey, there are bad side effects to these things. You can take it too far and you won't look good. So I do think it's really important to keep this conversation going, especially like in the wake of social media, which we talk about all the time. Young women are so impressionable. If I'm seeing these women inject their faces, like I'm only 16. So if I see these people constantly having to resort to plastic surgery, I'm going to be like, well, that's my only way of looking hot too.
Like when you're 17, you're gonna think you look old.
Yeah. Because Courtney Cox is 60 and looks 10.
Yeah.
No, she did not look 10.
She looks amazing.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman. And
She
like, we
is.
just need to normalize women aging gracefully.
That's a tough one.
It
like,
is.
how do you? It's kind of like what we were talking about the other week, where people are saying, you should embrace all body types, and it's again only with women. It's like fat women deserve love too. It's like, of course they do, but you can't force a man to think you're hot when he doesn't think you're hot.
Yeah.
Like if he's like, I like.
You can try.
It's just like
You
someone
fail.
who's like, I like big-breasted women. It's like, no, you have to like tiny-breasted women. It's like you can't force someone. So like how are we supposed to normalize aging faces when we have been like plucked and probed and tightened and stretched for so many years.
sad.
And we're just gonna start sagging, like, oh, I'm gonna undo the clip here, like Ken Brockman, and my face
I
is
think
gonna.
that's how it's just like a button you press.
Yeah,
They're all
and just
robots
like,
anyway.
And then we're just gonna be like, men, you better tell us we're young looking still. It's like, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be an interesting
is.
transition for humanity.
But I think it's important that we just embrace our God-given features to an extent. And like, I don't have any issues with Botox or fillers. I actually think do what you want to do. Like, yeah, we are definitely gonna go.
Botox to the gods.
We're gonna go for sure one day.
Yeah.
But no, it's okay. Like, do what you want with your body to an extent. But like, we have to ease the pressure on people.
At least we should be talking openly about it.
Exactly.
I think people should be like, what did you do on the weekends? Like, oh, I slept a little bit. I went to the beach and I got some Botox. Instead of being like, oh, I just drank, a lot of water, rest. Like, I'm so sick of people lying.
Yeah, don't
about their
lie.
procedures. Just be like,
we
I
know
got
your
some tox.
butt is fake, Kim.
Yeah, Kim, your butt's
It's
fake.
fake.
It's huge and it's fake.
Just admit it.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. And I think it's important to keep the conversation going. That's why we talk about plastic surgery so much.
One day we're gonna just swap faces.
Yeah, I was
plastic
going to
surgery.
say, we talk about it so much because we can't actually afford to
We're
get
gonna
it
get
ourselves.
rich enough so that I can have Nat's face.
and
then
we're going to just do a switch.
We're gonna do a swap.
It's going to look good. So stay tuned for that.
physical, not the app. Not like on Snapchat. Like, we're
No.
gonna cut each other's faces up.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that. We'll do a live stream. Speaking of things that are cut up a little too short, this itsy bitsy micro skirt that's everywhere you look, Miu Miu's 650-pound thigh skimmer takes over magazine covers and red carpets. But would you be daring enough to rock it? First of all, that is way too much for that amount of fabric.
Yeah.
What?
Where is the skirt?
Where's the skirt?
I would wear that as a belt over an actual skirt.
I would wear it as like a face shield.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it could be a nice eye mask for if you're traveling.
Yeah, like you're trying to sleep on a plane or something.
Or you need to wear your hair, like you're washing your face and you want to keep your hair out of your face.
It's like a McDonald's visor or something.
Yeah. Or like a queen's collar.
Oh, that could be cute.
Yeah, like a Boleyn or something.
I like that.
Yeah.
But my biggest question is the question of the hour is how the heck do you sit down in this thing? It's so short. And also, we should talk about Nicole Kidman. Nicole, you are way too old to be dressing like this.
Are you an 18-year-old trans boy?
But also, isn't it kind of creepy? It's like over-sexualizing,
It's
like
so-
a toddler almost. Like, it looks like a child.
And
it's
she's
creepy.
like 60-something.
That's what I mean. It's kind of
Like,
creepy.
why? This is just like the friggin' Courtney Cox thing. It's like, why are you trying to look 18 in your 50s or 60s?
But it's not even 18. They try to look younger than 18.
And the face she's making,
Exactly.
like, it's creepy.
I just find it creepy, and it's like we
extremely
should not be
creepy.
normalizing looking like, not legal. Like, we shouldn't be normalizing wanting to look like a minor, okay?
This is good. The Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, the worst.
This is what it reminded
it's
me
so
of.
bad.
Like a really horrible time in fashion.
Yeah, that is now apparently coming back. And of course next week we'll be coming to record our show wearing this outfit, but like
Obviously.
but you won't like it, and we won't be able to sit, so we're gonna just have to stand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just gross.
It's gross.
I don't like
and
it.
also the underboob.
Yeah, I don't like the
Can
underboob.
we stop?
Like, that's not safe for work.
Can we just stop?
We should
Can
stop.
we just wear shirts?
Can we just cover ourselves? Like I said, modest is hottest. I think it's nice to just like keep them guessing. You know, ladies?
Yeah, I like that. Keep them guessing.
'em
Obviously, you can take that too far too.
Oh yeah, like don't wear like the
Radical
tent coat that
Islam,
we
yeah.
saw.
Or like a
last-
full.
Yeah, you know.
I'm not saying
everything
that.
in life is about balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's
so-
not even a nice skirt.
It's not nice and it's way too expensive.
It just looks like a nice skirt that was chopped up.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll have the full length, please.
Yeah. Or we could just make our own, I guess. Save a few bucks.
Yeah, I have a belt.
Okay, cool. Just wear a belt as a skirt. Uh-oh.
So here's more fashion. Kim Kardashian, Julia Fox, the best celeb street style for Milan Fashion Week 2022. We're doing the SAG Awards instead. Alrighty.
The 2022 SAG Award fashion looks represents ultimate glamour. So we're going to show you some of these looks.
So what? This happened over the weekend, I think, right?
Yes. Yeah. You
Okay.
sent this wonderful article.
They're the Smiths.
The Smiths.
Jada and William Smith.
So
their Royal Highness.
do we see glamour? I do.
Yeah, I see some glamour.
I don't like the color scheme though. It's like navy blue.
They kind of blend into the SAG thing, which could have been avoided. But I see some glamour. I see
do.
she shaved her head.
Yeah,
No comment.
that's glamour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's this now? I can't read anything from here. This is a problem.
Is that Sophie
beautiful.
Turner? No, that's Jessica
Jessica
Chastain.
Chastain.
See, all gingers just look the same, I guess.
They do.
She looks cute.
They're beautiful.
But it looks like, in that Hilary Duff movie when she goes to Rome, it looks like the final dress that she wears.
God, that's
and she
hilarious.
rips off the skirt. And
Yeah.
she's like, this is what dreams are made of. That's what it looks
Was
like.
she wearing pants under the skirt?
Yeah.
Ah.
This is Naomi Watts. Do we
well,
see
she
glamour?
hasn't aged a day.
No, she's-
I wonder what's in her face.
I don't know, but her Botox guy's doing a lot better of a job than Courtney's old one.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
We should all be calling this
This
man.
dress is boring.
It's all right.
I'm bored.
It's whatever.
Nicole Kidman. Oh, she doesn't look like a 10-year-old. That's refreshing.
I bet if we were like really zoomed in, we would see some lines, which would just be atrocious.
She
How
kind of looks
dare
like
she
she's
have a
trying to
face?
dress like a nun. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of. I wonder if Miu Miu did this dress too. It kind of looks like that
It
dress.
does. It's nicer.
that we saw earlier.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's all right.
She looks all right.
She finally looks her age. It's
Yeah.
refreshing.
Jennifer Hudson.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's pretty.
She's cute.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yeah,
It's
she looks
feminine.
glam.
It's pink.
It's flattering.
It's got flowers.
It's like not
but it's
too
modern.
revealing. It's
Yeah.
like it's good vibes.
That's
yeah.
good vibes. I like that.
Me
It's really
too.
pretty.
Reese Witherspoon. This is bad.
A sash around your waist, Reese?
It looks
Reese.
like the Mean Girls dress that she can't fit into. Regina George can't fit into
Yeah.
at the end because she's been eating those
It's a
Calton bars.
mustache
It
neckline.
looks like a mustache.
That's
no,
the classic mustache neckline.
I don't like it. And I would
Reese-
trip on that sash
No,
for sure.
and the colors?
No, it's boring. It's
Make
like-
me that dress in just the sash.
Yeah.
Like, give me that dress.
Yeah,
All right.
I agree.
Lady
Ooh.
Gaga. So Lady Gaga, speaking of face implants.
Oh yeah.
This woman's face has never looked the same day to day. Like, if you want to, and I probably do this with the magic of editing, but if you want to look at Lady Gaga's face like 10 years ago versus this one now, this is like her Asian great-granddaughter. Like, this is not the same person.
No.
She just completely stretched out.
It's not cute, lady.
It's not cute. And she is the one who, didn't she used to call her tribe of like fans, like her little monsters, like
Yeah.
her little freaks or whatever. And
Yeah.
she's like, be yourself, be authentic.
like
It's
non-conformity.
yeah, so
but
you
look
got a
at
nose
you.
job, you got lip injections, you got a facelift, you got Botox. Like, you dyed your hair blonde. Like, you did
are
all the
the
things.
conformist.
You are the biggest conformist on the planet. So.
But you know what? It's all right. We're pretty used to all you
better than the
celebs
meat dress, though.
not practicing what you preach.
Yeah,
and it is
that's
better than that.
normal.
Although if you're hungry and you got like a hot plate, you could just
yes.
sizzle that baby. I don't know.
Give
The
me
dress was
medium
okay
rare. Yeah.
though. Not the meat dress. The
Yeah,
dress,
yeah, that dress was okay.
Who is this?
This is
this
Rosario.
Rosé? Oh yeah.
She's beautiful.
She is beautiful. This is a boring
I don't
dress.
see what's going
I
on
can't
with the
even
dress.
See
Is she
it.
pregnant? Maybe.
She looks. It's cute if she's pregnant.
It's cute if she's pregnant.
if we're wrong, we're sorry,
Sorry.
Rosie.
Yeah, we're not trying to body shame you. It's just hard to tell with the dark background. Kate Blanchett. Again,
Ooh.
isn't she like supposed to be elderly now?
Yeah, like she doesn't dress her age.
And she hasn't aged at
And
all.
I don't mean that in that you can't be sexy and be like 60.
It's just confusing because she's like,
Yeah.
she has been a hot, like, classy lady for like 20 years.
Yeah, like just own that.
I mean, I guess she is because it's working. She doesn't look messed up. Like, I don't think she looks like.
No.
It's just, it's confusing to me how she hasn't. Like, Lord of the Rings came out.
Over 10 years ago.
No, I think it's been 20.
20 years, right? Yeah.
Dude, I'm bad at math. But it's
too.
like, she's older than that, and that's, very confusing. I look older than her now, and I was like a newborn baby
Yeah.
when that came out.
You don't look older than her, but yeah.
Selena.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, that's actually really
She
cute.
looks cute.
I mean, obviously, you're a fan of the big.
Yeah, I
The
love
puffy.
puffy sleeves.
Yeah.
But she looks very elegant.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I love the
I
vibes.
love the silhouette, yeah.
It's very flattering.
It's very classy.
She
and I love
looks
that.
great.
Is that like a skin
I think
line?
so.
I like that.
Me too.
It's a little like, ooh.
It's a little risque, but
Yeah.
like it's not.
I like it.
It's not giving it all up.
No, it's not.
On the first date, you
No,
know.
I like that a lot.
Salma Hayek.
Again, how are you still hot? It's
don't
very
know.
confusing.
Yeah, she her face is like flawless.
This
eh?
is.
I don't like this. It's not
I
flattering.
don't. No, I don't like this.
No.
And the gloves.
Gloves
are
are
hard
bad.
pass. Are they?
Yeah, they're
But
bad.
that's no good.
I know.
That's very 80s.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
No.
This is Haley Steinfeld. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
All right, this
This
is
is like
okay.
a worse version of Selena's dress.
Yeah, I don't like it. Her hair looks greasy. Is that
It
just
looks.
me?
It's the gel. Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I don't like that little strip.
Me too. It's not working for me, Haley.
It just looks like a bra.
Yeah.
With a skirt.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Like girls when I was at Western used to dress like that to the bar.
Okay, well,
Yeah. Sad.
She has way more money than those girls,
Yeah.
so she should be ashamed of herself.
This is highly sexual.
Vanessa Hudgens.
This looks very much like Selma's dress, but like, this is like Selma's was like the mother of this dress.
Yeah.
This is sexy.
It's sexy, but like also, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't like it. Something looks off.
I feel like it would be really pretty if it was strapless and like a little higher.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think the slit
not as
needs
much
to
of a-
not be.
So high. I don't mind the slit. I just feel like you have boob and you have slit. It's too much.
Yeah.
Like give me like a nice, or like one of those like shoulder something.
Yeah, I
scoop
agree.
neck.
It's just not. It's not perfect. You're almost there though. She's
You're
so
almost there.
beautiful. Like
She's
her
very
face is
beautiful.
just perfect.
Yeah.
Kerry
So-
Washington. This
Ooh.
is cool.
I like this.
Me too.
This looks like what the drag queen Simone was wearing at New York Fashion
Yeah,
Week the other week.
I really like
that's
this.
actually really cool.
I'm loving the neon. I think it's
Yeah.
good. I think it's good.
And I
vibes.
love the big puffy dresses.
Me too.
Like, why is your wedding day the only day you can wear a giant
It
gown?
shouldn't be.
It
You
should
should
not be.
every day should
we
be
should
a
be wearing
puffy
gowns
dress.
all the time.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
you should dye your wedding gown neon.
I'm just gonna
just
wear
wear
it
it.
to work next
Yeah.
week.
I think the theme is just wear a giant vibrant colored gown
Puffy
and we'll
gown,
love it.
Yeah, I think that we have a type,
Yeah, we have a type.
and we discriminate against all other types.
Yes.
So
Okay, well, let's move on. That was fun.
that was fun. All right, guys. So we're gonna try something new now. We're gonna do a rapid fire session where we just read headlines and offer one quick snide
Yeah.
remark
We're
each,
calling
or
it the
just
Blitz,
from one.
which is
Well,
actually really terrible because of that's what they called the bombing of London.
yeah. Okay. Well,
in
in
like
the theme of war,
1944.
we're going to be
Yeah.
having a blitz, a misunderstood blitz. So we're gonna
I need
start.
to find my notes. I have the wrong papers. I printed this 4 times. So, okay, I got it. This is all staying in. Okay.
Okay, so first one. Rumor has it that Taylor Swift and Joel Alwyn are engaged after 5 years together. Why are they screaming their love from the mountaintops? Like, there should be an album about this. We've been waiting for decades for this.
I thought, like, the rumor came out when they first started dating that they got engaged, or when
Right
Lover
after-
came out, right?
No, after Willow, the song Willow came out from
I heard-
Evermore.
no, but it was actually Lover because there's a song on Lover. The one that's
I don't know.
Lover.
Okay.
It's Lover. It's like
Makes
that's it's
sense.
like kind of like has like a wedding-y theme, and I just wanted to say that for Taylor Swift to have been in a relationship for 5 years,
That's a
she's
big
basically
feat.
married.
This is a huge feat, Taylor.
My
Like,
congratulations to the couple.
yeah, we will not be sending a gift.
I was
though.
gonna. That's what I wrote. We will not be sending a gift.
Oh, that's funny. Great minds
All right, we're
together.
done.
Okay, next one. Melissa McCarthy had the best response for Lizzo after she got cast as Ursula in The Little Mermaid. So what do we think about that? Melissa's gonna do a fine job.
Yeah. So apparently Lizzo is like, I wanted that role, and then Melissa's like, well, then why did they give it to me? But she was just being silly. Like they're funny. They're tight. But
Yeah.
I would just like to say I'd like to nominate myself to play hot Ursula.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would like to play the role of Flounder
Amazing.
because I think that's the vibe.
Call us.
Go. So let us know.
Perfect.
Kim Kardashian's fleet of cars cost over $100,000 in custom work because the stars are just like us. So that's great.
I would like to ask her about the engines of those cars.
She knows, I'm
yeah,
sure.
she would definitely know.
She
All
doesn't
right.
even know what's going on under her own hood, let
Yeah.
alone her car. So, yeah.
Alrighty. Large corporations scoop up relief money designed for small businesses. Everything that Justin Trudeau touches turns to poop.
I think that's really all there is to say. All I have is he's a government for the people, folks. The little guy. He's looking out for you.
Yeah.
Great.
All right, moving on. Scarlett Johansson's new skincare line has sparked a debate about the oversaturation of celebrity beauty brands weeks after Kylie Jenner was called out for recycling her products. Okay, again, I thought that was old news that Kylie Jenner recycles her products.
Yeah, I don't know, but
whatever.
I want to see celebrities only use the products they try to sell us for like a month or
Yeah,
something
they look
to see
hideous.
how their skin actually looks. And no secret appointments to your dermatologist, girl.
No,
Like
just,
I want to see.
just the hyaluronic acid serum.
Yeah.
No Botox. I'd also like to list the names here. This is just the celebrities who have started their own beauty brands in the last one or
got
2
an
years.
hour?
Yeah. So there's so Scarlett has been added to the list of A-listers who have opened up their own beauty brands, including Harry Styles, why? Selena Gomez, Jennifer Lopez, Ariana Grande, Machine Gun Kelly,
What?
Ellen DeGeneres, Hailey Bieber, Jennifer Aniston, Billie Eilish, Addison Rae, and Priyanka Chopra Jones.
Couldn't you guys do a collab? Like just collab. Like
My
this is-
God.
Like the market is oversaturated.
And you know what? If it feels like to me, it feels like rich people just directly grabbing money out of your wallet and putting it in their own wallets. Like, maybe don't do that.
I agree. And I think like the real celeb skincare drop would be if they just like paid to drop us off at their dermatologist.
Yes, do a giveaway.
Do a giveaway.
Give me your dermatologist
for like a year.
Yeah.
or
Okay.
forever.
Moving on. I think we're done. Is that it?
Ryan Reynolds says he and Blake Lively are deeply and unreservedly sorry for getting married on a plantation. First of all, never apologize to the mob. And also, Blake does a lot to spread awareness about human trafficking. So that's modern day slavery, y'all.
Yeah.
So maybe cut her a little
I
slack.
had a note about this. She wrote on her another Instagram. So apparently they've already apologized because they got married in like 20
ages ago.
Yeah, whatever.
It's history.
It's ancient history. So she wrote recently, again, it was a giant bleeping mistake that can either cause you to shut down or it can reframe things and move you into action. It's like, Blake, are you going to go back in time and end slavery earlier?
You can't.
What are you so sorry about? Like, how many people have had events at plantations? Is obviously a hideous history.
stain on history,
So why
yeah.
are they still there?
Yeah.
Like, are we allowed to look at them at the buildings and learn about the history, or should we? I get it. Like, don't have a wedding there, but like, the venue should be the one in trouble.
Yeah. For like
They took the money.
I agree. And also, like,
Stop apologizing.
All you can do is worry about how you are moving forward. Like, we
Yeah.
can't really change the past. So all we can do is learn from our mistakes and just try to be better today and tomorrow.
I feel like they have a timer on their phone, so it's like every 2 years apologize for the wedding.
To stay relevant again.
They should
maybe,
get
or something, yeah.
divorced and then remarried at a Planned Parenthood.
That would. Okay. Wow. Well, that's interesting.
All right.
Maybe on that note, we're going to end things. If you're still listening, thank you so much. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the next episode of Misunderstood. And
right now, you can still get 25% off of your Rebel News Plus subscription. We have a promo code. It is Misunderstood25. So 25% off. That's not going to last forever.
no, it ends
We've heard
March 14th.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
That's
guys.
soon.
That's like TikTok. So buy your Rebel News Plus subscription. And of course, if you can't afford your subscription right now, that is okay. You can still listen to the free audio on every podcast channel, which is what I do when I drive home from work. I listen to our show. Really super vain, but it's a good show.
She's autosexual, though. So it's
I'm
okay.
autosexual, guys. I just love hearing my own voice.
Anyway, and follow us on social media.
Yeah, we're going to put them here, right there in,
Okay.
in the box. All right,
It's
guys.
there. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.